After the shocking conclusion of last night's WWE Clash in Paris, PLE saw Becky Lynch join the Vision and cost CM Punk the World Heavyweight Championship, allowing her husband Seth Rollins to retain the title. There have been rampant rumours about AJ Lee returning to WWE. We've got all of the details in this developing story. Roman Reigns, we have an update on his WWE status after he was written off television last night at Clash in Paris. John Cena opens up on the decision to turn back to being a babyface after his failed WWE heel run. Cena has also been advertised for an upcoming episode of SmackDown. Details on the capacity and attendance for last night's WWE Clash in Paris event in France. Psycho Stu has been released from hospital, and an update on the state involvement in the investigation over the incident involving Raja Jackson. WWE thanks Peacock during Clash in Paris ahead of their PLEs moving to ESPN next month. And WWE announces the Road to Royal Rumble European Tour for the beginning of 2026. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling, and we've got to begin talking about AJ Lee and a possible return to WWE in-ring competition for the former Divas champion. Now let's begin with a new report from Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, who has confirmed that there are rumours of AJ Lee possibly returning. Now the end of WWE Clash in Paris lends some credibility to rumours that Fightful say they've heard floating within WWE over the last couple of months. According to Sapp, WWE sources have indicated that AJ Lee's name has been brought up in numerous pitches internally as of late. Lee, the wife of current WWE superstar CM Punk, has largely been uninterested in making a return to the ring over the past 10 years. Becky Lynch, though, interfered in the main event of WWE Clash in Paris, helping her husband Seth Rollins. Immediately upon that happening, Fightful say they received messages from WWE sources hopeful that the pitches they've been hearing about were related to that. Fightful say they've also heard some of those pitches weren't quite shut down like they used to be. Now, Fightful do stress they can't confirm an AJ Lee return is a go, but sources in WWE said there has been more traction on it as of late than in previous years. Now, Fightful say they've heard that when WOW Women of Wrestling brought her in, she made it crystal clear she wasn't interested in wrestling, but would serve in other capacities. She was an executive producer. She was also a commentator for that show. Now, numerous women on the AEW roster said that they would half-jokingly needle CM Punk about getting AJ Lee to come in, something that a number of women on the WWE roster have also indicated. CM Punk, of course, during a recent European live event, skipped around the ring and owed to his wife. Now, AJ Lee, in terms of her pro wrestling career, she last wrestled in March of 2015 at WrestleMania 31 and has been effectively retired for over a decade since. Fightful were told by those that she worked with on the Heels show that she seemed nervous to get back in the ring for the filming of that show, and that once she got involved, it was like she'd never left the ring. One WWE higher-up in the last few weeks had told Fightful that if she were to return, they don't have any concerns about her time out of the ring for a number of reasons. One being that she looks like she just left TV at all times, and because she's married to someone who also took a long time amount of time away from wrestling and returned with no real issues. Now, of course, this is a developing situation. If we get any more details on the situation, creative pitches, possibilities for the future, we'll let you know in a future video. In terms of a Becky Lynch response to the end of Clash in Paris last night, Becky Lynch took to social media to post a photo of herself with Rollins, captioning the post, quote, "We run this business." So the question is, do you think this is all the beginning of an AJ Lee return, and when do you think it will take place? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now, before we get on to the next news story, a reminder, this video is brought to you in collaboration with all of our affiliates. You can find out all of the details on all of the products they have to offer in the video description below. It'll also be the pinned comment in the comment section. You can get yourself some great products. You can save yourself some money while getting them, and also you can support the channel in the process. It really is much appreciated. Now let's talk about Roman Reigns and his WWE status. Roman Reigns' WWE return plans may have been revealed following last night's Clash in Paris 2025 premium live event. In the opening match of the show, Roman Reigns took on the Vision's Big Bronson Reed in singles action following well over a month of the two butting heads on Monday Night Raw. While the match was evenly contested, it was Reigns who eventually picked up the win over Reed and after the match claimed back the Shula Fala from the former wise man Paul Heyman. However, after locking in a front face lock on Heyman, Reigns found himself the subject of a 2-on-1 attack from Reed and the Vision's stablemate Bron Breakker, with 2 spears and 3 tsunamis leading to the OTC being carted off in a stretcher. While an official status update on Reigns will be delivered on tonight's episode of Raw, Dave Meltzer has shared some backstage news on Reigns' upcoming absence from WWE television on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio. According to Meltzer, Reigns is expected to be off TV for roughly 4 weeks, with his absence due to having to film his role as Akuma in the Street Fighter movie. Quote, Roman Reigns is filming Street Fighter, so it is an injury angle for him until he's done filming, which is going to be, I think, a week after the next PLE roughly. So yeah, it was a way to write him off for the next month roughly, 4 weeks. Now, of course, undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes has recently been off TV to film his role as Guile in Street Fighter, with the most recent update stating that Rhodes is expected to be back by September 20th, which of course is also the date of WWE's next PLE, WrestlePalooza in Indianapolis, that being their first PLE to be streaming on ESPN. John Cena, he's opened up about his final opponents before he retires and the decision to turn back to a babyface from his controversial role as a heel. Let's begin with his future opponents. Now, John Cena's retirement tour continued at WWE's Clash in Paris premium live event as he scored a victory over Logan Paul. Cena has 8 appearances left before his final bout in December at Saturday night's main event. He appeared on the WWE Clash in Paris post-show and stated that he's not able to face everyone who influenced his career, so he's incorporating their moves into his matches. During the bout with Paul, a move from Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, was done. An uppercut that Paul did was referred to as Cesaro-like. Cena did Christopher Daniels' Angel's Wings and AJ Styles' Styles Clash. Quote, I'm trying not to reflect on it too much because there's always another match to have. My favorite match is always my next one. And thanks to your perspective that I seem reinvigorated out there, Cena said to Big E. I will say that I had a lot of opponents over the years. With 8 appearances left, I know I'm not going to be able to wrestle everybody who was influential in my career. But I think you saw tonight the best way I can say thank you to some of those people who affected my career is to kind of pay homage by maybe taking some risks and doing some stuff that I don't normally do out there. I got to shout out AJ, but I'm just saying hopefully I can do more of that and take my game to a different level and in turn do what we're supposed to do, and that's entertain the fans. Now, Cena is going to be in action at the next PLE titled WrestlePalooza, which is taking place on September 20th. It is going to be WWE's first PLE that will air on ESPN, and it is expected that Cena will face off against Brock Lesnar for the first time in singles action in over a decade. Now, in terms of this quick turn to being a babyface once more, we've got details on that. Cena shocked the world at WWE Elimination Chamber, turning heel and betraying Cody Rhodes to align with The Rock and Travis Scott. 5 months later, Cena dropped the heel act, reverting back to the hustle, loyalty and respect Super Cena that's been beloved for over 2 decades. Speaking at the Clash at Paris post-show, Big E asked Cena how he felt about being the old John Cena and receiving love from the audience after his heel turn, where he tried to get the audience to turn against him. Quote, the John Cena we know and love, keep in mind, what we do is try to entertain the audience as best as we can. Sometimes that involves taking risks and being bold. You have to listen to the audience. It got to a point where Cena versus Randy, you start hearing cheers. Cena versus Punk in Saudi, you start hearing the noise. Cena Cody, WrestleMania, Cena Cody SummerSlam, it changes. Sometimes you can make bold and brave new moves, but going against this body of energy is a losing battle. Sometimes you just gotta listen and pivot, change course. It is quite nice to stand in the middle of the ring and say hi to familiar faces. Some of the people overseas I've been seeing for years, it's the same fans. Being able to say goodbye to them, being able to apologize to the Brussels kid, to be able to say sorry because I said hurtful things. I was having a bad day, so to speak. I think we'll reflect on this as a whole lot more in January. Crowd was then chanting for Cena. To let this sink in is pretty cool, but nothing is a mistake. I love the announcements we do before the match. I love the black and white that splashes into colour. Nothing is a mistake. It's something that happens and we move forward. We have 8 left and I don't know what's going to happen and I'm going to give it all I got. Now, speaking of future appearances, one will be on an upcoming episode of WWE SmackDown. The next installment of WWE Friday Night SmackDown is scheduled for September 5th in Chicago, Illinois. The show is going to feature an appearance from John Cena. Cena confirmed in the Clash in Paris post-show that he will be at the SmackDown show on Friday. It was at the Clash in Paris PLE that Cena scored the victory over Logan Paul, as he has 8 dates remaining before ending his in-ring career. Cena, as I mentioned, is going to be in action at WWE's WrestlePalooza PLE on September 20th. It was at WWE SummerSlam that Cena was taken out by returning Brock Lesnar. On an episode of SmackDown heading into Clash in Paris, General Manager Nick Aldis stated that he heard back from Lesnar, but before he could relay the message to Cena, Cena was taken out by Logan Paul. It remains to be seen what Lesnar had to say, but one would think it's going to involve a match at WrestlePalooza. Speaking of Clash in Paris, we have an update on the gate record as well as the attendance. WWE announced an attendance of 30,343 fans for WWE Clash in Paris at the Paris La Défense Arena. WWE announcer Michael Cole said that WWE set a single event gate record for the arena, beating out a Taylor Swift and the Eras Tour concert in May of 2024. An exact gate figure, though, was not announced for WWE Clash in Paris. Now, Swift held 4 nights of the Eras Tour at the Paris La Défense Arena, drawing 45,000 fans for each night, so seemingly the price per ticket was significantly higher. An update here on Psycho Stu and its positive news when it comes to the independent wrestler. Psycho Stu has been released from hospital 1 week on from a serious incident at a Knox Pro Wrestling Academy show involving Raja Jackson. Psycho Stu, real name Stuart Smith, and his partner Contessa Patterson released the following statement on Facebook saying, quote, "Stuart has been released from the hospital and is now home resting. He sustained a serious head injury and was unconscious upon arrival at the ER. His injuries include trauma to both the upper and lower jaws, a laceration to his upper lip, and a fracture to the maxilla bone, which unfortunately resulted in the loss of several teeth. He has a long road of recovery ahead, but he remains in good spirits despite everything he has been through. We are deeply grateful for all the love and support we've received during this time. Thank you to everyone who has contributed in any way, whether through monetary donations, food, flowers, or gifts. Your kindness means more than words can express. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. With love and respect, Contessa Patterson and Stuart Smith, aka Psycho Stu." Now, in terms of a state investigation to this, we've got more details on that as well. It was revealed over the last 7 days that the Los Angeles Police Department was investigating the Raja Jackson assault incident on independent wrestler Psycho Stu. Of course, if you're not aware, Jackson entered the ring at a Knox Pro event, taking Stu down and delivering 21 punches to him, leaving him hospitalized. It now appears as though the investigation is being taken up by the state, according to the independent wrestler who was the one to pull Raja Jackson off Psycho Stu, Doug Mallow. Speaking on the Masters of Wrestling, Mallow revealed that he was told by a detective about the next steps of the case. He said, quote, "I talked to a detective friend of mine and he told me the process of everything and how bad they drag their feet, especially LAPD. He's saying that because of all the evidence, the state is going to pick it up. I've already talked to a detective who was on the case. It's not like he's not going to jail, he's just not there yet." Now, it was noted recently that Knox Pro had allegedly told talent who had been asked to speak with the police to first consult with the promotion itself. Knox Pro was affiliated with WWE's ID program, but have since had ties cut with WWE after this incident. Now, as we spoke about, last night's WWE Clash in Paris PLE was the final PLE, main roster PLE, that's going to be airing on Peacock in the United States. Of course, for fans around the world, WWE main roster PLEs, as well as every WWE piece of content, airs on Netflix exclusively. But starting next month, WWE main roster PLEs will be moving to ESPN. Now, the price of that, many people aren't really sure about. It could end up costing you more. But you don't have to pay that extra price if you don't want to. You can get a VPN like NordVPN. You can change your location to territories like here in the UK, and you can watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, main roster PLEs, NXT PLEs, and WWE archive content as part of your Netflix subscription. All you got to do is get a VPN. You can scan that QR code that's right there on the sidebar. The link will be in the video description below. It'll also be pinned in the comment section below. Get NordVPN. You can get up to 73% off plus 3 months extra free. Change your location and don't have to pay extra money when ESPN gets WWE PLEs. Now, last night, WWE did thank Peacock as they move over to ESPN. WWE took time to thank Peacock as they move their PLEs to ESPN. Sunday's Clash in Paris marked the final WWE PLE streaming live on the service, as next month all of WWE's premium live events, main roster ones, will be broadcast on ESPN's new streaming platform. Michael Cole on commentary took time to thank Peacock prior to the main event of the show. He said, quote, "We want to thank all of our friends over at Peacock for what has been an incredible 5 years, including Rick Cordella. Rick has always been there for everyone in WWE. It's been a tremendous partnership, and again, hats off to Peacock," Cole said. WWE announced earlier this month that the new deal with ESPN would be starting earlier than expected, with a new PLE titled WrestlePalooza on September 20th. That show will not only air on ESPN streaming service, but also on cable. It will also go head-to-head with AEW's All Out pay-per-view. Cole reiterated that NXT PLEs will remain on Peacock, with No Mercy airing on September 27th. In addition, episodes of Saturday Night's Main Event will also stream exclusively on Peacock, leaving NBC. But like I mentioned, guys, you can get all of those NXT PLEs as well as Saturday Night's Main Event for free on YouTube if you get a VPN and change your location to here in the UK or another territory that supports that. So certainly you can save yourself a lot of money and don't have to switch streaming services if you get that VPN. So use our link. You can save yourself some money and support the channel in the process. And finally, WWE announced their return to Europe last night at Clash in Paris. They'll be heading back to Europe in January. During yesterday's Clash in Paris broadcast, the Road to Royal Rumble 2026 tour was announced. It will include 11 live events from Thursday, January 8th to Monday, January 19th, 2026. 2 episodes of Raw and 2 episodes of SmackDown are advertised for the tour. The January 9th SmackDown is scheduled for Berlin, while the January 16th episode will be in London. The January 12th Raw is set for Dusseldorf, Germany, and the January 19th show will take place in Belfast, Northern Ireland. The exact date of the 2026 Royal Rumble has not yet been revealed, but it will take place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, as part of Riyadh season, sometime in January 2026. But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As you can see right there, we are now on our way to 25K. Our goal is to get to 25K in 2025. Originally, it was 20K in 2025, but now we're on the road to 25K in 2025. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, see if we can get to that goal. I really appreciate everyone that's subscribed recently to get us over 24K, whether it's subscribing recently or been there since day one or somewhere in between. It really is much appreciated. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. As always, more content on the horizon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.